Rafael Nadal. Okay, talked about it last week. Guys getting into the final. Okay, he kind of, maybe he hired Jeff Gillooly to get there. We don't know. But regardless, he went, he came, he saw, he conquered, he wins. This guy now is leading the charge, 22 Grand Slams, whereas Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer are tied at 20. So if you take it back just over a year ago, what happens? You got these three guys, the three greats, really the Mount Rushmore themselves of the tennis world, and they're all tied at 20 Grand Slams, and there's always been the GOAT talk. You had Roger Federer come in a little bit behind them. He's slowing down. I will say that he's done. I don't really see this man winning another Grand Slam again. I think he's peaked. Djokovic, a little bit of the COVID controversy has hindered him, but and then you have Nadal who's taken charge, who's taken the lead. Djokovic played catch up, but then he takes the lead again. And in tennis, it's funny because I don't think we've ever been in an era in our entire lives of any sport where we're watching this much greatness at this time. I mean, if you think about it right now, they have between them 62 Grand Slams. If there's 4 in a year, they're responsible for 15 years of winning on their own. They haven't even let anyone take anything yet. I mean, talk about VIP at the buffet table. This is ridiculous. But every time someone says, oh, who's the GOAT, who's the GOAT? And I would argue for the longest time, and still to some degree, I would even argue it's Djokovic. But that's the part of the problem. We get too wrapped up talking about who's the GOAT. And you know what? After seeing this, I think you just got to wait till it's over. I mean, there's no point to talk about which one of them is the GOAT because they still got some years left outside of Roger Federer. Like I said, I think he's good for 1 or 2 a year just to see if he can get one more. But between these two, it's crazy to think, but I think we just have to let it ride. But nonetheless, I mean, we're talking about performances at the highest caliber, at the highest level. We're seeing it right before our very eyes. Tennis, congratulations. I think you take the cake for the best place and status for a sport in any given time, I would argue, ever in history. This is just a pleasure to watch. It's fantastic. Excuse me. Got to take a sip of my Starbucks. I got to do it. See, that's what happens when you got no filler. That's what happens when you don't got a friend who leaves the grease and then criticizes you that you have a mediocre at best podcast. But whatever. I'm not complaining. I'm here.
You can say what you got when it's Tuesday, I'll be locked in.